My name is Colt Ludy, and I'm honored to once again serve as chair of the Texas ACG Capital Connection. I'm a managing director and partner with Gulfstar Group, a middle market investment bank based here in Houston. The Texas ACG Capital Connection Conference is presented by the Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Austin, San Antonio chapters of the Association for Corporate Growth. I'm heartened to say that with over 1,200 attendees expected to attend, this conference continues to rank as one of the premier middle market M&A and private equity conferences in the country, highlighting the importance of Texas and the Southwest in the deal world. As we began planning this year's conference, we started with a few very specific goals in mind. First and foremost, we wanted to continue our focus on making the Texas ACG Capital Connection both efficient and impactful for all of the attendees. We have organized the conference so that the entire event takes place over a 24-hour period, placing the highest emphasis on networking and deal making. The cornerstone of our agenda is our Capital Connection, with no distractions, speakers, or parallel content tracks. We want the entire focus on the sole reason for the conference in the first place, getting deals done. Additionally, we know that an important element of any conference are the ancillary events that our sponsors and attendees host around the conference itself. We believe that those events enrich the overall experience for our attendees, and we've crafted our conference timeline to encourage and facilitate those hosted events. Of course, the Texas ACG Capital Connection would not be the successful conference that it is without you, the attendees. We've remained laser focused on making sure that we attract the right type and number of attendees from across the country. As one of the largest ACG Capital Connections in the country, TAC brings more than 100 of the nation's leading private equity and mezzanine firms to Texas, representing more than $100 billion of capital under management. This year, we expect more than 40 investment banks from around the country to host nearly 80 tables during Deal Source for an afternoon of one-on-one meetings with private equity groups. Further enriching the conference is the sponsorship and attendance by other members of the business and deal community in Texas. Attorneys, accountants, lenders, consultants, insurance providers, corporate development executives, and of course, business owners themselves all contribute to make this conference what it is today. The Texas ACG Capital Connection is a unique opportunity to network, explore new ideas, and forge new relationships. We're excited to see you in Houston, and we wish you all the success in accomplishing your conference goals. Most of all, thank you for your support and for attending the Texas ACG Capital Connection.
Hi, I'm Paul Gaucher with Cary Street Partners. I'm also the past president of the Austin San Antonio chapter of ACG and a current board member. I have the good pleasure to be on the sponsorship committee for the last 6 years and for the last 2 years as the sponsor chair. And I gotta tell you, I've seen a lot of change. This year has been over the top. We absolutely ripped the cover off the ball with 49 sponsors, a complete sellout. I can't thank these guys enough, so let's get right to it. First, our coveted platinum sponsors, Baker Tilly, the Texas Business Journals, Holland and Knight, PitchBook, Texas Capital Bank. Our gold sponsors, Frost Brown Todd, S&P Global, Woodbridge International. And a big thank you to all of our many silver sponsors. And finally, a big shout out to all of our event sponsors who are offering a variety of fun and exciting opportunities, everything from free headshots to shoe shines. We hope you'll enjoy and have a good time at all these activities. To all our sponsors, thank you. We look forward to meeting you in Houston and having a great time at the conference.
Howdy. As president of ACG Houston chapter, I'm thrilled that Texas ACG Capital Connection is in Houston this year. Dallas did a great job in hosting last year, and it was a record-breaking year. My name is Chuck Johnson, and I work in Fifth Third's Commercial Banking Group, where I provide solutions to private equity groups and middle market companies. I would like to take a moment right now to thank all the conference committee chairs and volunteers in putting on this year's event. This year's team was outstanding, consisting of a few conference veterans and several others that will be attending their first Texas ACG Capital Connection. A special shout out to Colt Ludy for serving as our conference chair for the second time. Colt was instrumental in the genesis of the first TAC 19 years ago, so we're lucky to have him still part of it today. I'd also like to recognize the Houston chapter's executive director, Morgan Stone. She does so much behind the scenes to make the conference run smoothly and is supported by the executive directors of our sister Texas chapters. Our conference chairs and liaisons have been plotting to make this a fantastic conference since we wrapped in Dallas last year. If you see them in the hallway, please say hello and congratulate them on having a great event. Conference Chair, Colt Ludy. Sponsorship Chair, Paul Gaucher and Troy Sanchez. Private Equity Exhibitor Chair, Brian Fredrickson. Investment Bank Sponsored Chairs, Jim Apple and Simon Heidemus. And the rest of our committee members who were so generous with their time. And of course, our local ACG chapter leaders, Dallas-Fort Worth, Austin-San Antonio, and your host chapter this year, ACG Houston. Texas ACG Capital Connection is possible because of our great committee. I am personally thankful for their significant efforts they've put into the event, and I tip my hat to them.
Hi, I'm Jen Suddeth, Managing Partner of Suddeth Search and the past president of ACG Houston, as well as the Facilities Chair for the TAC Conference. We are excited to see you. Here's what you can expect. On Tuesday, our private equity and investment bank participants will have their deal source meetings from 1 to 5, followed by a deal source happy hour, all taking place in the foyer of the second floor ballroom. The opening reception for all conference attendees will start at 5:30 at Biggio's, which is located inside the Marriott with access on the first and second floor. The registration desk is on the second floor at the top of the escalators, so come snag your name tag and then head over to Biggio's at 5:30. Have fun, but not too much fun because early wake-up call is on Wednesday. Doors open for the Capital Connection at 8 a.m. through lunch at 1 p.m. There will be an open breakfast buffet from 8 to 9 a.m. just outside the ballroom. Inside the Capital Connection Marketplace is where all the magic happens. All sponsors and exhibitors will be lined up and welcome you to visit. The Dealmaker Lounge is positioned in the middle of the room with numbered tables for you to book using the ACG access. Lunch will be provided from 12 to 1 p.m. before we call it a wrap. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. I can't wait to see everyone at the Texas ACG Capital Connection.
Hi, I'm Morgan Stone, Executive Director of the ACG Houston chapter. Here are a few tips to make the most of your conference experience. ACG Access is not an app, so make sure to download your meetings from the ACG Access website in advance so your schedules are easily accessible on your cell phone calendar. Be as specific as possible when telling someone where to meet you. You can select table numbers inside the Dealmaker Lounge when scheduling via the ACG Access website. Remember to bring an ample supply of business cards with you. They're still very useful. Your name badge will be based on your registration information, so let us know if anything needs to be changed. The Women's Forum event is taking place at the House of Blues Houston from 11 to 1 p.m. Registration is separate, and it's not too late to sign up. On behalf of the ACG Texas chapters, we look forward to seeing you in Houston at the 19th Annual Texas ACG Capital Connection.